Hey there folks, welcome ye all to this very special vlog of mine. It seems not a week ago, because it was only a week ago, that we were celebrating 2,000 subscribers, people, which is just unbelievable in and itself. And I have been mentioning in a couple of these vlogs that this other landmark was coming up, and I didn't even notice actually until today that we'd hit it. We must have hit it like last couple of days, that we've hit 1 million views on the channel, people. That is just absolutely outrageous. Now, there is a little bit of a story to how I've hit that massive landmark. I mean, this is a massive landmark for me. I realise in the world of YouTube it's not a massive mark. Some people get that for every video they put up. Some people get that, the big YouTubers get that for 4 videos that they put up. But for me and my little gaming channel and all of you awesome people, this is special. It's a big deal to me, and it's a huge landmark for the amount of work that's gone into the channel. And I wanted to spend the majority of this vlog just going, I'm going to read through the sort of top viewed videos and sort of chat about the little bits of luck that I've had on the channel and how I kind of rode on the coattails of that luck for a little bit to try and progress the channel and make it, well, to get you guys to join in and sub and all these sorts of things. How it inspired me to spend that more time on the channel, to revamp the channel over and over again, to rename it. And you know, we've talked about these things before, but in the main part I just want to run through what the biggest videos are and how some of it just baffles me a little bit and how other ones were just as they were. Flagging's up to you all. It is Friday. I like to do these things on a Friday with my flag and a veil. Before I get going, I'm going to have a sip of it. Oh, that is very nice indeed. And I'm also going to have to start looking 100 years old. Because if I didn't look old enough in these videos, people, I can't for the life of me read from this app that YouTube have without my glasses on. The numbers are far too small. So here we go. Are you ready? There we are. Oh, it's not too bad with my hat on. All right there, Grandad. Right, so without further ado, let's rattle through what the highest videos were. So we'll rattle through. I'm going to go from the mega high down to around the 10,000 mark, and then we'll chat a bit about it. The highest viewing video that I have is completely and utterly bizarre. It's a PS4 share, which I did years and years ago. And it's 11 minutes, I'm not even talking, it's 11 minutes of me playing Uncharted 4. It's called Uncharted 4 Off-Road Skills, right? And when I first put this video up, I checked it within the first few weeks that I put it up, and it had like 5 views or something. And I thought, well, I didn't mind. I put it up and that's fine. You know, I was just sharing it because I was loving the game more than anything else. And it was the first time I'd been sort of rattling around in the Jeep and stuff. And it was, to be fair to the game, it was one of the more fun parts of the game as well. Now it's currently sitting, this is 11 minutes of me driving around in the mud in Uncharted 4 in a Jeep, jumping in and out, doing bits of the map. That's all it is. It's got 238,095 views as of at the moment. I mean, well, in fact, I've just refreshed the page and it's gone up again to 238,156. Who the hell is searching? Like, there has to be something about that title that is, I don't know, like, is it the off-road skills bit, which could be for a multitude of things. If you're doing off-road skills, you could be doing mountain biking searching, you could be doing all sorts of stuff searching. Either searching for Uncharted 4. So it's a really, really interesting one, and there won't even be a big description with it, or any description with it. And it's just massive. You know, that's like a quarter of that. That's like a quarter of that million. So it's a huge video. And as I say, I put it. Does it tell me when it was posted up? It says. No, it doesn't actually. That's a bit weird. Never mind. You think it would tell you. But anyway, it's got 800... Well, I mean, initially I thought maybe it's a spam thing. Maybe there's some bot thing just spamming it or something. But it seems to be genuine. You know, there's like 849 likes. There's 108 thumbs downs. 849 likes. I mean, I've never seen the like of that either. And so that one baffles me entirely. Like, a lot of the others make sense to me because I get why I got big views on them. But that particular PS4 share, I have no idea. And you know, it's one of the reasons that when the Tomb Raider game came out, I just randomly did some PS4 shares of the Tomb Raider that I was playing. I only got a few views. But I think every now and then I do these PS4 shares because you never know with YouTube as to what's just going to pop up and people will start searching for it sometimes. So there you go. So 238,156 on Uncharted 4 off-road skills. The next one was it was the first time I put a video up and I was like, what's going on? Because every time I refreshed, it was just going up and up and up, and everything I'd posted at that point was only getting 7 or 8 views, you know, because it was quite new to me and everything. And it was the Arcania PS4 gameplay. And again, I'm not talking in it. There's a pattern emerging here, people. Maybe don't talk, Steve. Get hundreds of thousands of views if you shut up. Gonna have another sip of this. So yeah, the Arcania PS4 gameplay has got 110,204 views, 199 likes and 31 dislikes. That's a good ratio, that, for 199 likes against 31 dislikes. Now, the reason that Arcania got so much attention was because I was the first person on YouTube anywhere in the entire world to post up PS4 gameplay footage of Arcania. No one else anywhere had posted any up. Like, you could search for it and you wouldn't find it. You'd find the PC stuff, but you wouldn't, or the PS. You'd find it on the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version. But it was almost like the game snuck up on everybody because it was such a clumsy gem, as I continuously call it. There was so, like, I don't think any YouTuber or anyone thought there'd be any interest in it because it was this sort of clumsy little RPG that no one really gave a shit about. And they didn't realise how much of a little bit of a cult following it had. And the minute I put it up, it just kept going up and up and up. And 110,204 views it's on at the moment. So that's the second one. And as I say, it was a great feeling to see it going up. But when I searched YouTube and realised there was nothing else on YouTube, and people commented on it as well, saying, I can't believe no one else has posted any up. It wasn't, it wasn't like the Uncharted one where it made no sense. It made perfect sense. Now, exactly the same happened with number 3, which is Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. If I remember rightly, I was lucky and I got this game. I pre-ordered it and I got it, like, it landed on me 2 days early. So I had it 2 days before anyone else, well, outside of people that review it and stuff, you know. And so I put a Let's Play of that up, and that is with me talking, so that makes me feel slightly better about myself. And that currently has 88,504 views with 294 likes and 29 dislikes. The ratio on Divinity Original Sin on likes and dislikes is actually better than Arcania, which doesn't surprise me because I think it's a certain style of fighting and gameplay on that. Arcania is trying to be a free fighting, third-person fighting game, and it is clumsy at it, but it's still fun. So with the turn-based stuff in Divinity, I think people accept that that's the sort of fighting that it is, and it is a gorgeous game. And again, so I got, you know, I didn't expect it to do well. I knew at that point in time that Arcania had done well when I posted it up. And it was in my mind to try and get Divinity Original Sin footage up as soon as I possibly could because I felt like it might be something that other people might not pay attention to, and I was right. And quite a number of those Divinity, if I was to do a top 30 videos, quite a few of those Divinity ones will be in it. So that's number 3. The next one up won't surprise a lot of you because a lot of you loved me doing this Let's Play, and a lot of you have asked me to do more of it as well. And it was Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen on PS4 Pro. And that currently has, and again, I'm not surprised that's done well. I'm just always surprised when it does quite as well. Again, I think that game dropped on me possibly a day early, and I got the footage up really quick. And that was 71,616 views on that one, there's 218 comments on that video. according to... a lot of these comments can't possibly have come to me because I've not seen half of these. Is it just me, or does he sometimes sound like Stewie from Family Guy? There's a, there's a comment from Dragon's Dogma. Thanks for that. Yeah, so again, that threw me off a little bit. But yeah, I didn't realise there was that many comments on some of these games. The commenting system on YouTube, it's a little bit... It drives you insane because it can... Much as though it should make sense, it doesn't. And it doesn't help when people leave comments on multiple games. You lose track of where the comments are being replied to that you've replied back to somebody else. They're not in a... It's not like every comment comes back in the order that the comments arrive. It's all per game. And it's just really hard to figure it out and find out where these comments are. It should just be a timeline of most recent comment and that be it, but it's not. So anyway, off on one there, Stephen. So yeah, so Dragon's Dogma, not surprised that it's in that top lot of videos. The next one is, I still get comments on all of these top ones, to be fair, but I do get a lot of comments still, and I think because it's been on offer a number of times on the shop, on the online stores, both on, I think on PSN and Xbox, if I remember rightly, it's Pillars of Eternity, PS4 Pro, and it's got, the first part of the Let's Play, and it's got 63,096 views. It's got 254 likes and 37 dislikes, which again is a really good ratio. And it's a Let's Play, well, surprisingly, that I didn't finish, but other stuff came along at the time. The one after that, how many have we done there? So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, that was 5. Number 6 is Divinity Original Sin again, part 2. I'm going with a sip of this. If you're not having one of those, watching this, go and get yourself one. Just saying. So part 2 of Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition has got 17,529 views with 79 thumbs ups and 6 thumbs downs. This is, by the way, you can all go and look at. You just go to my videos and sort by most viewed, I think. I'm looking at it in the developer app, but sorry, the YouTube. Oh, I'm having a brain freeze, people. But anyway, you know what I mean. I'm looking at it in the dev app rather than the user app. But I'm pretty sure the filters are the same in both. And so again, not surprised about that being in there. Funnily enough, Divinity Original Sin 2, I expected people to have cottoned on that the first one did well on YouTube and some people would be grabbing onto it. So I didn't anticipate that it would reach the dizzy heights of some of the other stuff I'd done, but it has reached number 7 by, it's not that far behind the second Divinity Original Sin video, Enhanced Edition. Divinity Original Sin 2 Part 1 has got 17,643 views with 83 thumbs ups and 18 thumbs downs, which isn't a bad, it's not a bad ratio for that number. It's actually, saying that, it's a slightly lesser ratio than Enhanced Edition of the first game. And, I mean, I'm surprised there's not more people doing more of the back and pat stuff. I mean, there is some people doing it. But I usually pounce on it pretty quickly, especially if it's an RPG. And coming in at number 8 is Fallout 3 on Xbox One X, and that's got 14,920 with 129 likes and 6 downs, dislikes. So that's a good ratio of likes and dislikes again. But again, you know, 14,920 for a back and pat game, and I didn't put that up that long ago. So I'm pretty impressed with the fact that that's... Yeah, there's a lot of comments on there I've never seen before either. Interesting. Well, there you go. If you ever feel like I've ignored you in a comment, I haven't ignored you, it's just the bloody thing's so hard to keep track of. And then at number 10, did we get to number 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite. So at number 9, we have Titan Quest, which I keep promising to go back and do some more of. And the first part of Titan Quest on Xbox One X is 12,000. Has got 12,127 views, 67 likes, 5 dislikes. Good ratio that. And it's a great little game, that. And again, it was something that I always try and pounce on the RPGs, especially the ones that look like they might, that don't match that AAA sort of thing that people think they might be. Even though, in my opinion, they are that sort of game. Titan Quest. So yeah, Titan Quest number 9. Then you've got, again, Dragon's Dogma Part 2, which is sitting at 11,698 views, 94 likes, 6 dislikes, which again is a good ratio. Now the next two are 3 and 4 of Divinity Original Sin with 10,000 and 9,000 consecutively. And so that's down to 12. So then Subnautica kicks in, which is a big thumbs up and thank you to Jamie Martin, who gave me the heads up on doing some of that, because I hadn't even heard of that game, never mind anything else, and he gave me the nods up that it had just hit the preview program on Xbox coming over from PC. And so I did a part of it, and it's sitting at 9,000 views, followed by Dragon Age Origins on the back compat, which is sitting at 8,838 views. Had a chat with, I'm going to forget the second name, but a subscriber called Nikki, who had asked, had said if you could, I mentioned doing more, I think it was in the last vlog, I mentioned doing more Dragon Age of any description, either Origins or 2, because I was really enjoying both of those when I did some back and pat on them. And she was saying that she'd love to see some more of that. Well, I'm saying Nikki could be a boy or a girl, so it could be a him or a her. But so I said I nearly did some the other night, and I ended up doing more Path of Exile instead. So I'm looking forward to doing a bit more of probably Dragon Age Origins first, but I'd like to do some more Dragon Age 2 as well. So yeah, so that's sitting in there. I've gone way over the top 10 now, but I'm gonna keep rattling down until the numbers hit the sort of lower thousands. So after Dragon Age Origins, we've then got more Subnautica with 8. That's interesting. No, wait, yeah. Okay, here's an interesting thing actually. Right, here's an interesting thing. The Subnautica video with the most views. Now this, I've only just realised this. I was wondering why they had different coloured tabs, and it's because when the full release came out, I did a new 1 and 2. Now, interestingly, the title that I've given the newest one, which is Subnautica Full Release Xbox One X, has got more views now than the one that I had done like a year earlier, which was Subnautica Xbox One X gameplay. So it's gone over the original one that I did, and that's pretty rare. So that's interesting though. And people, there's so much Subnautica on YouTube that people are clearly, and I felt that, and that's why I did the title that way, that people would be searching for the word full release because it was no longer on the preview program. So that's interesting. So the first part of the most recent one, the full release, has got 9,000. The original one I did's got 8,000 views. Then there's some more Pillars of Eternity, Part 2, which has got 7,750. More Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen with 7,619. Fable kicks in at that point with 7,000 views. First part of Fable 3. So Fable 3 out of the Fables has been the most popular one for people to look at. The Witcher 2 has 6,000, back and pat again, as was Fable. Someone was asking me if I was going to do more Fable the other day as well, which I'd be really happy to do if there's enough interest. To be honest with you, there's a very high likelihood that I may well go back to a full play of quite a few of the back and pat ones, because the reason I don't continue to do them for a full playthrough is, firstly, I need to see if they're going to be popular enough. Secondly, something else always is going on at the time, and I'm always reluctant to do back and pat stuff only, but it is quite popular. So, you know, there's a high likelihood I will go back, because at some point, you know, you don't get new RPGs every day of the week. So at some point I will be looking for something to, you know, to play that's not new and something that people might be interested in seeing more of. Where were we? Then we've got Arcania. The second part of Arcania that I ever posted up has got 6,000 views. Divinity Original Sin Part 5 has got 6,000 views. Dragon Dogma again, 5,000. Fable 2 is 4,000. Divinity Original Sin again, 6. Part 6 has got 4,000 views. And that's interesting. Already in this list of stuff is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning #1, which is a fairly recent playthrough. It's a month or so old, isn't it? 4,000 views on that one, so I expect that will keep going up. Then we've got more Arcania with 3,000. Then we've got Pillars of Eternity again with 3,000. More Divinity 3,000. Evil Within on Xbox Back Compat on the Xbox One X. Sorry, not Back Compat. Evil Within 1 on the Xbox One has got 3,000 views. So there's obviously a lot of folk out there interested to see how it runs on the Xbox One X. Fallout 4, 3,000. More Divinity Original Sin 2 at 3,000. That's the second part. So we're getting into the lower thousands now, and there's a lot of videos that are in there with 2,000 or 3,000, even 1,000, and a lot of them are back compat games. Even Deus Ex there has got 3,187 views. Kingdom Come Deliverance has got 2,000. Dragon Age again, Origins. Try to see if there's any Dragon Age Inquisition. Pops in there with 1,798. What was that on? Oh, that was on the PS4 Pro. I do have that for the X actually. I haven't put any footage of it up. I'm just seeing if there's any. Yeah, the only vlog that seems to raise its head in there is a vlog that was PS4 Pro games that I'd bought for the PS4 Pro when it was coming out. And that's got 1,326 views. The second part of Subnautica Original is there with 1,000. Fable Anniversary pitches in with 1,284. That's interesting. I haven't done the tabs for Fable Anniversary. Anyway, so there you are. I think that's probably enough to go through. Wasteland 2 does reach that 1,000 mark. First part, I think. There's quite a few with 1,000. The last one that hits the 1,000 mark is Dead Space. No, it's not Dead Space. It's Pillars of Eternity, Part 6. And then after that, Divinity Original Sin Part 17 is on 999 views. So that's about to hit the 1,000. There's quite a few. Titan Quest about to hit 3 is about to hit another one. So there you are. So I mean, I've rattled on longer there than I had planned to be fair. But I think the pattern is always that, with the exception of Uncharted, everything kind of makes sense. I can take these off now and not look I'm a million years old. The minute you take reading glasses off, everything in the world is fuzzy. So apart from Uncharted, everything kind of makes a bit of sense to me. Even Subnautica, which I kind of get that a lot of people don't buy on the preview program. So when I posted it up, it was popular. And a lot of people didn't invest it. When the full game came out, it was full price. So a lot of people didn't invest in it, were looking to see how it ran. And because I already had it on the preview program, I didn't have to buy it again. I just get it. And I bought it for half of that price, which is a bit of a perk of buying it on the preview program. Although I noticed I'm going to forget the game, but there was a game recently that went on the preview program and it was full price. I was like, hang on a minute, you can't expect folks to be buying full price bloody... I think it might have been Divinity Original Sin 2. So recently, about a year ago. But I'm sure Divinity Original Sin 2 went onto preview program at full whack. It was like 45 quid or something. £50. Yeah, it was, because it was 55 quid. I'm sure it was really expensive. I was like, I'm not buying that. Like, when it comes out, I'll get it for £40. So there you are. So yeah, I'm delighted. I'm delighted that the majority of the things that have got the views, yes, I realise that there's a lot of luck involved, but I'm actually really delighted with the amount of views that I get on any given RPG that I put up, because even if you're only talking about somewhere between 50 and 100 views, that is my core community. That's you guys that watch me, twice, 3 times a week, follow these vlogs, are following the channel because you like me and you like what I do, and you want to share this gaming love that we have with the community that I've created on the channel. Sorry, my phone's going off at the same time. And it's that sort of, much as though I'm delighted to hit 1 million, it's actually the more regular, smaller viewing figures that are making me happy, because those more regular viewing figures are actually getting bigger as the subscriber base is getting bigger. And it's those videos that will continue to make me put more content up. It's not the lucky videos. It's not the ones that I managed to get footage up early or what have you, or the Uncharted one, which is just jammy beyond belief. But what those videos do for me is introduce me to people that may not have stumbled across the channel before, and make those people one of you that may subscribe to the channel and start watching all the other videos that I do. So that's what I get out of those bigger videos. That's what I get out of the 1 million views. I'm not sitting here pretending that I'm getting 500,000 views on a video. I'm just, those videos are the ones that will progressively hopefully keep other people coming along and subscribing to the channel and joining in with this wonderful community that we've created. So I'm delighted, absolutely chuffed with it. I'm chuffed with the 2,000 subs that we got last week. I'm chuffed, really chuffed with the 1 million view target that well, not target, the 1 million view milestone that we've hit. And talking of last week's 2,000, since I did the one last week for 2,000, we're now at 2,100 and blah. So 2,102, I think, when I looked at it before I did this vlog. And thank you and welcome to all of those other 100 people that have subbed in the last week. I mean, the rate that the subs are going up is just wonderful. It's awesome. And I realise that a lot of that is to do, and I'm going to repeat myself from the vlogs, but a lot of that's to do with the amount of content I'm putting up, the rebranding of the channel, these 1 million views that are happening. So everything's sort of coming together and things seem to be speeding up somewhat. So absolutely delighted. So with all of that, I thank you all. I'm going to give you a little bit of news about the channel in a sec, but I thank you all for all of the viewing you've done, all the subbing you've done, all of the community conversations that we're having. Thank you everyone for joining in and participating, because that is what this channel is all about, people. Channel-wise, I have recorded a bunch of Path of Exile, a bunch of Kingdoms of Amalur, and there'll basically be... I'm spoiling you tonight because I'm going to give you a second Path of Exile later, and you've already had one earlier and a Kingdom of Amalur, so there'll be 3 videos for today. There will be that will leave us Kingdoms of Amalur's that will cover us till Tuesday, I think, and Path of Exiles that will cover us also to Tuesday, I think, or that might be Monday now if I'm spoiling you. So there's still a fair chunk of stuff to come over the weekend. Mondays and Tuesdays tend to be quite quiet days for people on YouTube. I don't know why that is, but those are days that I could probably use the evenings to record some more stuff. Anyway, I try and put stuff up every day of the week, to be fair. It's very rare that at the moment that I don't. I got absolutely hooked on Path of Exile last night. It was so good. And I finally got my head around... I spent some time off camera, you'll see when you watch the videos, but I spent some time off camera sorting out my stash, sorting out all the things that were in it, the gems, the items, the armor and the weapons, all that sort of stuff. I've separated it all out, tried to understand what everything does, tried to understand how I can link the support gems to, action moves and all this sort of stuff, melees and what have you. So when you get to part 28, I think it is, it's either 27 or 28, I think it's 28, the very beginning of that video, 28, I talk for about 10 minutes about what I've done off camera and how I've put these gems together and what gems I purchased, because I went off and bought some because I wanted different things to hook things all together. So yeah, so it's been, I got right into it last night, and because I had because I'd sorted it all out, I wasn't just running around using the same move over and over again. I had all of these moves that were just awesome and helpful in different ways as well. So I got really hooked on that last night. So that's why I've got this big lump of... I recorded about 5 episodes last night, and Kingdoms of Amalur I did a similar thing with over 2 nights through the week. So, there's plenty to feast on, people, within the RPG world. I have a small inkling that I might record some Resident Evil 2 for those smaller group of people that have been following that. I'm dying to finish it. I just haven't got to it because I've been so into doing the 2 RPGs. And I want to get that finished, Resident Evil 2, before I decide which of the Dragon Age games to pick up again. Although I think it'll probably be Origins, to be fair. But I don't think there's that much more in Resident Evil 2 to do. And at the end of the last part, I had all the chess pieces for that part in the sewer. I just needed to grab the one where I knew where it was and put it in the wall, and then we were on to the next part. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in and finishing that. So that will still be coming. So don't worry if you're one of the people that was watching Resident Evil 2. And what else did we have, people? I think that might have been it. I don't know, I had the other list open and now I don't know what I was doing. Kingdoms of Amalur, yes, I nearly forgot. I have pre-ordered, I put on the community tab, I put just a, light-hearted question up about should we crack on with some Sekiro Shadows Die Twice when it comes out on March the 22nd. For those people who don't know what Sekiro is, it is the next game from the From Software developers who make Bloodborne and Dark Souls and all of that. It's a very samurai-based type thing, but in a very magical world from everything we've seen. So it's going to be very... The action looks like when you watch them play, you can see the engine of Dark Souls and Bloodborne more. But it's just ubered up. Like, you've got grapple hooking going on and all sorts of stuff. It looked awesome, really, really good. So I'm hoping it's a vibe that kind of works, because all of the other stuff's got that dark, intense edge to it. Don't know what this is going to be like, with that environment style. But certainly from a gameplay point of view, it looks amazing. And it's an RPG, people. This is an RPG channel. Got to play it. So I have pre-ordered it, and I pre-ordered it on the Xbox One X. And for those of you that just went, oh, for fuck's sake, are you never going to do anything on the Pro again? Well, at the moment, I just adore the Xbox One X. It's so quiet. It's obviously the most powerful one now. Everything is playing beautifully on it. The controller, for me, is just a little bit ahead of the game on the controller front. I don't mind the DualShock, but the battery life on it isn't great. Never has been. And I just find not so much for the original Xbox One controller, because it was a little bit, the plastic on it wasn't firm enough. But on the Xbox One X controller, when that arrived, much firmer, much more solid, really nice controller. I really like it. So it's going to take a lot for me to do anything third party on the Pro at the moment. I think it's going to be interesting to see when the new consoles come out as to which one's going to be my primary console. I will have both, I always will. And I also think that I've said this before, but I think part of the reason that there's a lot of people subbing up, and I could be wrong, you can tell me in the comments below if I am, but I think there's an awful lot of people doing PS4 Pro stuff now, and I think there's a little bit more interest in how things look on the X, because it keeps bragging about being the most powerful console, so I think people are keen to see just how good it looks or how good it plays and stuff. So, and I think it's just saturated with PS4 people on YouTube as well doing these games. So I think it's wise for me to do it on the X. Any game on the X that's cross-platform. Unless there's some reason, like with Tomb Raider, I looked it up and there was screen tearing issues on the Xbox where there wasn't on the Pro. So that's why I went with the Pro version. But outside of that, I just love playing on the X. I really have just fallen in love with it. So, doesn't mean I don't like the Pro. It just means that I'm in that place at the moment, people, that's all. So Sekiro is on its way. So there you are. I shall ramble on no more, because I've been rambling on for 34 minutes. Flagons up to you all once again. I hope you have an amazing Friday. I hope you have... Well, in fact, you're going to have an amazing Friday, because there's another video coming up. You've got this coming, then you've got the... Well, you'll have it now, because you're watching it. So you'll have this, and then you've got another Path of Exile. You're getting another Path of Exile and Kings of Amalur tomorrow, and Sunday, and Monday. What is not to look forward to, people? The only thing you're missing out of that lot is one of these. Or your flagon of choice, should I say. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you once again in this milestone vlog of mine. Thank you to every single one of you, and I shall see you in the next part, folks. Take it easy. Bye.